ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्बोद्धूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। So in this essence of Bhagavad Gita, the main subject matter is the self-knowledge. The self which is free from insecurity, free from limitation. And that not knowing this and having a contrary judgment about myself that I am insecure, I am a very limited being, I am displeased with myself, is a bondage. There is no real bondage. There is no real bondage. Your notion about yourself is a bondage. Real bondage cannot go by knowledge. You have to do something in order to remove that. If it is purely a notion, error, then error can definitely go. Error is born of always an ignorance. And therefore by knowledge, ignorance is destroyed, and ignorance born error also is destroyed. Means you are already free, but you have a contrary idea about yourself. And that is why one is seeking in one's life. We should ask this question, why I am seeking security? We never ask this question. Why every human being is seeking security? Well, Swamiji, because I am insecure, therefore I am seeking security. But if you are insecure by nature, you will be comfortable with that. Why should you want to get rid of the sense of insecurity? We have never asked. As if it's like a foreign element. Any foreign element in the body will be thrown out from the system because it's not the nature of a thing. That is why. So I am insecure. The insecurity is really not belong to the Atma. That's how it is born of ignorance. It's a foreign thing. That's how we want to get rid of it. So the person struggles throughout the life, throughout the life. He is struggling these two pursuits. Dvau hi purusharthau arthakamau. There are only two pursuits in a human life, an ordinary human life. Who doesn't have any spirituality in life, he has only two pursuits: pursuit of security and pursuit of joy, pleasures. Because I am displeased. If my nature is very limited being, I am displeased, I am limited being, you will accept. It's your nature. One will be always comfortable with one's nature. If you are not comfortable with the limitation centered on I, that shows you are not limited. If you are not limited, yet you take yourself to be limited, that's an error, which is born of ignorance. You understand how Vedanta is? What I want to say is the reasoning provided by Vedanta is really astounding to the other philosophers also. But unfortunately, even Buddhists also, they study Vedanta, take this whole reasoning because it's very convincing. They take this reasoning and then they apply that reasoning to justify their own philosophy. This is how it is. How will you negate it? What is your nature, you will be comfortable with. Even any something which falls in your eyes, some foreign element, you will always try to get rid of it. Something goes in your ear, any bug or something, you want to remove it. Any bacteria, etc. This is not the bacteria which are in the guts, which is a part of the system, that's fine. But any foreign bacteria, if they enter, system wants to flush out. That's a really amazing thing in the nature. And therefore, this is also a struggle going on. And you become free from this judgment about yourself that you are insecure and you are basically a limited being. You become free in a deep sleep state. That's how everyone likes deep sleep state. Right? Deep sleep state everyone likes. We are ready at any place and at any point, anywhere. We are ready. Yeah, this is also our own experience, where you become free from the sense of insecurity and also sense of any limitation, sense of individuality. You become free. And therefore, while in a waking state, you may be committing an error. Yeah. Due to identifying with the body, mind, sense complex, you feel a sense of insecurity because this is mortal, is constantly changing, and also it is very limited in time, space, etc. And therefore, you also have a sense of limitation. That's how Vedanta explains. Vedanta explains all the experiences, even the experience of a waking state, experience of a deep sleep state, take into account all the experiences, analysis of all experiences, and proves that one is basically like this. And that's how when you are secure, you are with yourself. When you are happy, you are with yourself. Totally comfortable. Everyone wants this in life. Everyone wants to be comfortable forever in one's life. People think if I do a lot of things and acquire many things, if I manipulate many situations, and I will become one day comfortable. That day never comes. Life after life never comes. You are by nature comfortable. That one has to know. This is called moksha, where you discover that you are free from any kind of hassles and all kinds of problems. Not you become free. Any becoming, in fact, is a struggle. Any becoming is a struggle. You become something. In order to discover that, you have to become something more. You have to become something more. Yeah, becoming is a struggle. Being is not a struggle at all. Being is not a struggle. Becoming is a struggle. That's called samsara. That is called samsara. Being, just I am comfortable. Whatever I am is totally comfortable. One has to discover. Vedanta addresses this. Bhagavad Gita addresses this. In fact, Bhagavan wanted Arjuna to be comfortable immediately. And therefore, he started it immediately. First he said that Panditaha na anushojanti. Panditaha, Bhashakara says, Pandaha asya asti iti Panditaha. So Panda, one who has this discriminative capacity to understand what is anatma, what is atma, etc. These people who are able to do this, who have this capacity and who do it, na anushocanti. From their lives, well, this sorrow goes away. Sorrow, I told you, self non-acceptance, self-rejection, not being included, not being taken care of, insignificance, smallness, all this is sorrow. This is the only issue everyone has. This is the issue everyone has. One becomes free in a deep sleep state from all the issues. Yeah. And you are just yourself in the deep sleep state. Even you are not aware of time, space, body, mind, senses, nothing. You are just yourself. Totally comfortable, right? And therefore, basically, Panditaha na anushochante. This is the only Shastra, this is the only knowledge which will remove your sorrow. Nothing in the world can remove the sorrow. Nothing. Nothing can remove the sense of smallness, insignificance, etc. from the life. More you know in any field, more you discover you are small. Any knowledge you pursue in the world, even in the best universities, more and more you pursue. You do PhDs and you become, you start doing research, etc. You discover that you are too small and the knowledge is too big. That's how all the scientists, they bend. Yeah. A true scientist is basically a humble person. All are humble. Einstein and all great scientists, they are very humble people. They know that what they don't know, really speaking. Not if person has that what I know is so much, then he is really not a true scientist. True scientist discovers that what he really doesn't know. Yeah. What he knows is very little, what he doesn't know is too big. When he starts doing, research, you find the new areas of ignorance opens up. Yeah. New areas of ignorance. In a medical field, I really get astonished when I hear some things. What is that? Podiatrist or something? Yeah. Podiatrist. Yeah. Just for this. For eyes also so many, retinologists and this, etc. And retina, in that also there are several specialities. Anyway, this is the knowledge, which will definitely make you feel that you are everything. Whatever is there in the creation, you are everything. The sense of insignificance, smallness goes away forever. Knowing oneself, the reality of oneself. This is a big subject matter of the Bhagavad Gita. That is told in the Karika as a Brahma Vidya. Brahman means big, and that is self is Brahman, I am Atma, Brahma, etc. Then the next topic, in order to gain this knowledge, one requires a certain preparedness. We'll talk today about preparedness. Yeah. Because every knowledge requires, say, a certain qualification. Everyone is not qualified for every knowledge. Yeah, if I go and sit in the class of a quantum mechanics, even though I know English and a professor is talking in English, it doesn't mean that I really gain, because there is no preparedness. There are, certain background of physics, etc. is required. Anyway, so here also you need a preparedness, and so there is a second topic of a Bhagavad Gita which is called preparedness. Yoga Shastra is a preparedness. Karma Yoga, etc. is a preparedness. And Karma Yoga will be looking in as a dharma here. Already yesterday I told you dharma as a goal, and so I will connect it also later. You see, the human being is endowed with a free will. And with a free will, exercising the free will, one can acquire so many things of one's own interest. You exercise your free will, and then based on free will, you choose a particular action in order to gain a particular result, desired result, and thereby, definitely you can fulfill your interest with your free will. The animals, etc., do not have this. They are programmed. That's how they don't have any goals also. I told, I think, yesterday or day before yesterday, I just said that if you ask if a dog, your beloved dog, that what do you want to become in your life, cricketer, or it will just bark for nothing else, because they don't have free will. Where the free will is there, there are goals. And in order to achieve the goal, you basically you basically trample upon somebody's rights. You definitely abuse your own free will, because the free will means you have freedom. Puja Swami used to call that human beings' free will is so free, even in every action you see, like an action of eating. How many choices you have? Whether to eat or not first. And if you want to decide to eat, how to eat, where to eat, what to eat, how much to eat, and in that also, in which manner you should eat. So many. With the spoon or with that, what do you call? Sticks? Chopsticks, yeah. With chopsticks, with the hand, standing, sitting, lying down. So, how many choices? One action. So many choices. So, human free will is literally free. And when there is absolute freedom, there will be abuse of freedom. When you give freedom to anybody, and you just tell that you have whatever you like to do, you do. 1 day, 2 days, if he likes that, he's a very dharmika. He's going, by order. 3rd day you find that he starts abusing free will. That's what is happening. Shastra is aware of that. And therefore, Bhagavan gave free will. Bhagavan also gave how to exercise the free will. Yeah. So that is very essential. And those, Bhagavan gives certain norms for exercising the free will, so that the well-being of the other will be maintained. Otherwise, one can definitely abuse the free will. One can, exploit someone. One can exploit someone's weakness. One can exploit someone's goodness. You can exploit someone's weakness also, knowing the weakness. And you can exploit someone's goodness also. You know that this person is very good, so exploit. That's what's happening in the world. Anything. Therefore, there should be some rules. Yeah, there should be some rules. Rules are given by Shastra. And therefore, Shastra prescribe certain actions to be done. Means, don't exercise your free will. This is to be done, Shastra tells. We call it as a vidhi. And Shastra prohibits certain actions which you should not do at any cost. So certain actions to be done, we are prescribed, there are prescriptions, and certain actions not to be done, prohibited. No, but if we will do, then you have given us free will, we will do, we have freedom. Well, then if you do a prohibited action, there will be papa. Yeah. If we tell you to do something and you do, there is a punya. So that kind of a thing. So this is called vidhi nisheda. That's a pura bhaga of the Veda, karma kanda. So that is required, and it is there everywhere. Locally also we have. And traffic rules means what? They prescribe that you should, drive it this way. Yeah. And so there are prescriptions in a traffic rule. And there are prohibitions also. When there is a red light, don't go. And if there is a left-hand drive, well, you don't drive, right-hand drive should not be there, etc., etc. Here there is a right-hand drive, then left-hand drive should not be there. So my point is ultimately, so this vidhi nishedas are there, the way we have a traffic rules, ultimately for what? So that you exercise your free will in such a way that it will be good for you and good for the others. Yeah. You will save your life, and others' life also will be saved ultimately. So for the well-being of everything, there are certain rules. That rule is called dharma. This is called dharma. Dharma samsthapanarthaya, etc. We'll be discussing today. Our Shastriji wants an answer We'll give the answer later. Anyway, so sensitivity of the well-being basically of others is a very important characteristic of this dharma. We call it as a righteousness also. And now all should be encompassed of whose well-being I have to take into account. What are others whose well-being I have to take into account? Well, that's the question. Well, you have to take into account of the well-being of all. Take into account the existence and well-being of all. Sometimes we exercise our free will in such a way, we feel as if there is no one else other than me. We don't take into account anyone's existence. Yeah. You must have seen people. Yeah. So exercise your free will, take into account existence and well-being of others. Others means what? Well, then in that case, I have to give you an example that, well, others, because, let's first talk about that, then I will give some more reasons. Okay. Now, just take this example. Like before I just came here, I drank a cup of tea. And I really enjoyed it. Now, who contributed in my joy? Who took into account my well-being? Well, the giver of the tea or the maker of the tea. That much. Therefore, I should be thankful to go only to the giver or the maker of this tea. But it's not. It's really not. Actually, what the tea, the number of ingredients, nothing is produced by the tea maker or the tea giver. Nothing. The very tea leaves have come from the retailer, right? You have bought, etc. And so, well, you say, Swamiji, I have money and I have bought. I will talk about it. Don't worry about it. And therefore, money means everything. It's not. I will talk that. But right now, let us take, you have bought. The person has bought the tea leaves from the retailer. From retailer, to retailer from where it has come, wholesaler. To the wholesaler from where it has come, and from the factories where the tea leaves are dried. And there it has come from the farms. In farm, from where it has come? Well, they have planted the seeds, etc. And now think, just tea leaves, how many things are involved? So the retailers, wholesalers, and then the drying of the tea leaves definitely involves technicians, technologists, science. There are people who have produced this, who have taken risk and made this as a business. And farmers, you need a land, you need sun, you need water, you need rain, you need ocean. How many things? You need oxygen, air. Just one ingredient, tea leaves. Second ingredient, water. Water has come in your tap from where? From the pumping station. From pumping station, where it has come from in the pumping station. Well, it has come from the water bed. Water bed is where? In the Mother Earth. So, in how many agencies are involved? It's not. There are so many people have invented the pumps and how many things. And nothing can be bought with your money. I am giving money. Let the scientists be created here. Nothing. Nothing can be created. Nothing is created by money. We have created money. You cannot create anything by money, frankly speaking. Everything is there, already there. Everything is there. Therefore, my money is there and I can buy anything. Suppose those things are not there. Suppose, just think, there is no rain, no entity called rain. You have plenty of money. $1 trillion bill you have, suppose. You have a $1 trillion bill. But there is nothing called rain. And you have a thirst. You want a food. Where will you buy? Where will you buy? So we never think like this. Somebody argued when I started saying, we have bought Swamiji the tea leaves and we have bought this and we have bought the house and so we have water and everything. But the very entity is never bought. Anyway, all these things are given. Water is given, sun is given, ocean is given, earth is given, Mother Earth is given, the water bed in the Mother Earth is given, the human body which is, you cannot create. Huh? If you can create, you just think this is just by the way, we are very crazy people by the way. Suppose somebody's son died, the person was a billionaire, and he says, I can spend billions of dollars again to have a body of, my son. Don't think everything can be bought by money. Most precious thing in the life can never be bought. Most precious things in your life can never be bought. Security can never be bought. The happiness can never be bought. The peace can never be bought. Most precious in your life. Yeah. You can get money, you cannot get security. You can get money, but you cannot buy happiness. You can get money, but you cannot buy peace. Most precious things are not bought. This is how the life is. Money has its own place, that's we are not worrying about. But I'm just saying, because this idea comes, in our mind, money, immediately. No, you cannot buy. So anyway, everything is given. And therefore, this tea leaves or a water, then fire. I mean, it goes on, petroleum industry and these and how many things. Many people have understood the science, and many people, the technocrats, etc., have utilized those scientific these laws in order to create a machinery for the benefit of the human being. Right? 1 cup of tea needs whole creation. Whole creation. Nothing less than creation, I'm telling you. Nothing less than creation. Everything. Anyway, the cup of tea which has given me a joy, which has contributed for my well-being, right? Well, so a cup of tea is meant for a well-being, yeah. I just can't even read and nothing clicks unless I take a cup of tea. And therefore it's for my well-being, that's for sure. It may be something else for you. Maybe Starbucks, coffee. Anyway, so this basically, a cup of tea definitely has served so much well-being for me, which involves the whole creation. And therefore, I should exercise my free will in such a way that I should definitely take into account existence and well-being of others. Others means what now? You have to take into your basic necessity, you take the food, the clothing, where you stay, all this. If you count this much basic necessities, whole cosmos is there. So, because of the whole cosmos is functioning day and night, right? Day and night, whole cosmos is functioning for your existence and your well-being. And therefore, you should exercise your free will in such a way that you take into account the existence and the well-being of the cosmos. This is the fundamental principle of dharma. So what you do towards others for their well-being and existence is called dharma. Those actions are called dharma. You exercise free will in such a way that what is really to be done, what is right to be done, you do. And what is not to be done to harm others, etc., you don't do. Do's and don'ts, which is based on common sense. Yeah. You don't want to get hurt, you don't want to get exploited. No one should take advantage of you knowing the weakness. No one should take advantage of you because of your goodness. No one should hurt you. Everyone should forgive me. Everyone should speak truth to me. No one should cheat me. See, I'm speaking. Swamiji, where did you learn? You don't ask why. Yeah, Swamiji, what you say is true. No one has learnt. No one has learnt in any educational institute. One is born with. One is born with the common sense ethics. One is born with the sense of dharma, sense of what is right and wrong, sense of what is universally right and wrong, universally, because present in everyone. And therefore, because free will is given, and therefore Bhagavan has to give what is to be chosen. It's like two sides of a coin. On one side there is a free will, on the other side, how to exercise the free will is given. There is no defect in a human, in Ishvara's creation, by the way. Anyway, and therefore this is there. And when you exercise your free will not based on your likes and dislikes, right? But you exercise your free will based on what is right and wrong, then definitely you are in harmony with dharma, which is the manifestation of Ishvara. We'll be seeing that everything is a manifestation of Ishvara, dharma also is a manifestation of Ishvara. The embodiment of dharma, we call it as a Rama. And so you are in tandem, you are in harmony. Your actions are in harmony, your free will is in harmony with what is right and wrong. Means you are in harmony with Ishvara. And whenever you are in harmony with Ishvara, means you are close to Ishvara. That is how when you do what is to be done, what is right, and you do it, you get joy. Because you are in hotline with Ishvara. When you are in the process of fulfilling your likes and dislikes, well, ultimately, person becomes dependent on it. Here, and person who tries to fulfill, see, these are two different people I am presenting to you. One who is exercising free will to fulfill likes and dislikes, desires. And one who is exercising free will to do what is right, what is to be done, and not to do what is wrong to be done. These two people have a conflict. While exercising free will, there will be a conflict. Yeah. Because you feel that, that is right to do, but it is not in my advantage. I don't want to. But you do it. You pressing your likes and dislikes. You go by dharma. Go by what is right and wrong. Then definitely, ultimately, you are in harmony. Therefore, you end up in harmony. The person who fulfills ragadvesha, in that person also, that sense of dharma is right there, right? So it comes. It's not fair. It is not fair. Like when you speak untruth, lie, immediately someone says within you, right? Or that you are speaking lie. Of course, you ignore it, but that is there. So there is conflict. So it begins with conflict, and you fulfill ragadvesha, but since you cannot erase that sense of what is right and wrong, you cannot erase it from you, so you end up in conflict. One who fulfills the ragadvesha begins with conflict, ends up in conflict. Yeah. What is that conflict? Knower-doer split. You know what is right and wrong, but what you do is contrary. But one who begins with going by a right and wrong has an initial conflict with his own likes and dislikes, but ultimately in harmony with Ishvara. Because what is right to be done, he is doing. And therefore you are comfortable. Now I'm again referring to yesterday's. This one when I said dharma itself, dharma also is a goal, happiness. But a happiness generated by sharing and by your compassion and all these things. Doing what is to be done. So this is the way we have to understand it. Yeah. And and so therefore you have to exercise your free will. You have to contribute. Now the second part, where our friend has also asked the question, Swamiji, how will we enjoy what we do? I will be now talking about that. So we now know that we are exercising our free will, in which now we have this background knowledge that basically whole cosmos is functioning day and night ceaselessly for my well-being and existence. Now we have understood this. Therefore, I should also do something based on my free will. I should do something for the well-being and existence of the cosmos. What is to be done, how is to be done, is a question. So, for that purpose, you look into the creation. When you look into the creation, you find that the whole creation is sustained with some principle. One principle is there behind whole creation. And you have to sense that principle. One teacher gave a very beautiful example of an orchestra, a musical orchestra, where there are hundreds of musicians, and every are there, and then there is a conductor, of course, with a baton in hand, and all these musicians have a different types of instruments. Yeah, everyone has, and they are very capable people, very capable in an orchestra. Definitely, they are, and everyone can, with their own instruments, they can play different tunes. But if each one plays a tune of his own, generated through their instruments, there will not be an orchestra. It will be a commotion, right? Yeah, it will not be symphony. It will not be a symphony. Yeah, means every musician should know the tune of orchestra. Knowing the tune of orchestra, knowing the tune of the total, he has to play his tune in keeping with that, in harmony with that, right? And then there will be a beautiful music. And to control them so that they won't have a freedom to play their own tunes, there is a conductor who with his baton, says something. I have seen that Zubin Mehta was doing like this. This, I don't know what he was. I don't have that kind of a sense, but he was doing like this. Where doing this, he was as though revealing to everyone that you don't have any freedom to play your own tunes. You have to play the tune in keeping with the tune of the total orchestra. Same way, this entire cosmos is a symphony. Here also. And so many musicians are there. Yeah, we all are musicians. And there are living beings. They are also musicians. They have their own instruments. We have our own instruments. I will talk to you what are the instruments we have and what kind of music we play. Yeah. Therefore, basically all the elements, sentient, insentient, everyone, insentient things will be, let us say, instruments, and sentient beings are the musicians with the instruments. And every living being has instruments, organs, by which they play. Their tune is automatically in harmony with the total because they are programmed. Look at every living being and their life. There is no disharmony, no discordant note. Every, starting from lion, tiger, bacteria, plants, everyone, they are programmed to play the tune with the in keeping and harmony with the tune of the cosmos orchestra. But human being is given free will. He can play his own tune or he can play the tune in harmony with the orchestra. And generally he doesn't play. What is the instrument in human, the musician, the human being? Well, our mind, our senses, our body. And therefore, and in that, the mind, body and senses also, there is no integration. Mind thinks one thing, senses do something else, and physical body is doing something else. That also I am going to talk today. Integrating the personality. But once you integrate your personality, then definitely you will always play the tune which is played by, this human being will be in keeping with or in harmony with the tune of the orchestra. And that tune, the orchestra tune is harmony. Entire cosmos is functioning in harmony. In harmony. That you will realize only how everything is interlinked. If you want to realize, current time is a real time. A war happens between Ukraine and Russia, and the whole world is affected. If the war is between them, why should I be affected? My kitchen is affected. Yeah? My groceries are affected. Everything is affected. Where is Russia and where is my grocery? Where is Russia and where is my milk? No, Swamiji, we don't take milk now. Why? Oh, it's too costly now. 40% rise, this percent. Why? There is a war there. It is war there, thousands of miles away. How your life is concerned? Interlinked. Yeah. I have missed a class. I have missed a class just because there was a strike in a one petroleum company in India. You will not believe. What are you talking, Swami? What are you talking? In petroleum company, there was a strike in IPCL. And I lost the class. I was waiting for the bus to come on the bus stop. It didn't come. Then I inquired. They say, well, they have cancelled many buses because of the shortage of the fuel. They did not have enough fuel. Why? But why the shortage of fuel? Every day it is nothing like that today. No, but there is a strike going on in IPCL. And why there is a strike? Because they want to have some rise in a salary or this, that. But who called for a strike this? Well, there is a union. And the union leaders are sitting in Delhi. They gave this. They gave they told let's have a strike. And I am affected, you imagine. A Swami get affected for the class. Whole world is interlinked. If you ask a scientist, that they say, even if you pluck a flower from your garden, the whole universe is disturbed. Imagine. We may not be able to notice, that's a different thing. But that is how the whole thing is interlinked, means there is a relationship of harmony. That is revealed in Bhagavad Gita. 3rd chapter. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha. Yajnat bhavati parjanyah yajna karma samudbhavaha. Bhagavan showed the cycles. Just small cycle in which everything is related to each other in harmony. Everything is related. Annat bhavanti bhutani. From annam, from the food, the human being is born. Any living being is born. From where this annam has come? Well, from the earth. From earth, how it came? Because there was a rain. Why there was a rain? Because the ocean. And the sun. Etc. So this, a cycle. And in this cycle, in this link, everyone does only one thing. Everyone does just one thing. And that is, I said, the tune. A tune of offering oneself. That's it. Just offering oneself. Sun offers itself into ocean. Ocean itself offers offers itself into form of clouds. Clouds offer themselves into form of a rain. However, clouds offered into the earth. Earth offered itself into the food. Food offers itself into stomach. And here also, everyone offers. Just because you eat a mango, well, the teeth will feel that this is a really nice mango. Beautiful, Alfonso. Therefore, let me have some aside, for me. You pick up a mango, hand doesn't keep any residue, totally offered. These teeth, well, they do their job, totally offered. Then it passes through our, esophagus, what you say, yeah, goes to the stomach. Stomach can keep, at least partly, no. Stomach also, make it digest everything, and that nutritive juices, with that the whole body is sustained. This is the cycle. There is only one tune in the orchestra, a tune of offering. That's it. Human being is also part of this orchestra. Because of his free will, he doesn't want to play this tune. He wants to play a tune based on his likes and dislikes. Selfish tune. And discordant tune, note, whatever you say. And well, because of that, he is suffering. Human beings, now that is how ecological imbalance and everything has started. Who breaks ecological imbalance? Not any other. No fish, trees, nothing. No one breaks. Human being breaks. Yeah. Human being plays his own tune and in the orchestra and creates a discordant, creates a commotion. And then Ishvara has to punish. A conductor has to punish. To tell him to go out of the symphony. Here to go out means human being is suffering. Samashti doesn't suffer. Ishvara doesn't suffer. If Ishvara suffers, he is no more Ishvara. So by rubbing our shoulders to the tree, the trunk, there nothing will happen to the trunk, but you will not be able to wear the shirt for a few days. Yeah, that is what is happening to the human being. The suffering of the human being is because he doesn't have an attitude of offering behind his actions. His actions are born of his free will based on likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes towards what? A particular result, which this karma will give. Yeah. Totally selfish attitude. He consumes the whole cosmos. His life is sustained, his well-being is sustained by the cosmos offering. He has to offer back. No. I want to be a consumer. You should be a contributor. No. I want to be a consumer. If you remain a consumer, then definitely you will suffer. When everyone even in a family, suppose everyone contributes towards the well-being of the whole family. One person suppose is there, he keeps consuming. Right? Keeps consuming. He doesn't doesn't have a sensitivity for the well-being of others. I'm telling you, that member of the family will be thrown out by other family members in no time. They will tell, you contribute. They will tell. This is how the world is. Our Swamiji used to say, well, so if you want to be in a certain place, he says, in any institution, if you want to be there for a length of time, you have to be a contributor to that institution. You cannot be consumer. I'm telling you, even in the companies, if they are finding you are a consumer, consuming the salary, a fat salary, big salary, and not contributing, I'm sure in this Silicon Valley they won't keep you. They give a pink slip immediately. You have to prove that you are a contributor. You just can't be consumer. Either it is locally or either it is with respect to cosmos. You cannot be consumer. Just consumer. So now, coming back to this, well, we have to, through our actions, we have to definitely contribute. Because I'm already indebted by the well-being, by the whole cosmos offering. They are contributing for my well-being. Therefore, I should also contribute through my actions. If this is the background knowledge, then your actions will definitely is to, fed this debt from your life. Then you will enjoy. In fact, you will enjoy that you have been given an opportunity to contribute because you are already obliged. That is why I yesterday said to be sensitive, to have dharma pursuit, one needs a knowledge. And I also mentioned at that time that the professor of medicine, what he quoted, right? I said, what your mind doesn't know, your eyes do not see. Yeah. But if your mind knows this whole background, your eyes see the contribution everywhere. You don't see consumerism. You see the contribution of everything. Starting from trees. You consume oxygen what they give, and you give out carbon dioxide which is useless for you. They consume. Everywhere it is harmony. That's how everything is sustained. Bhagavan gave just one in 3rd chapter. Just one cycle, small cycle. There are infinite number of cycles here. And in the cycle, everything is interlinked and in a harmony. There is a harmony when there is an attitude of offering between two. In any relationship, I'm telling you one thing. If you want to maintain relationship or maintain a healthy relationship, attitude of offering should be there. When both have an attitude of offering, it will be the most healthy relationship. Both have attitude of a selfish attitude to get maximum out of this relationship. That won't sustain long. If you are a consumer, I'm connecting to you, I have a relationship with you, you are a friend, etc. And you are all the time taking advantage from the relationship, and I'm continuously contributing. That relationship doesn't have a harmony. If both are consumer, no harmony. If one is consumer, other is a contributor, no harmony. But in cosmos, if you see the harmony, means both are contributing. All are contributing. Offering, totally. The principle of happiness in the marriage is this. Yeah. You surrender your likes and dislikes to the likes and dislikes of your partner. That's it. If you want to fulfill your likes and dislikes after marriage, and you want her or him to surrender her likes and dislikes or his likes and dislikes, marriage won't last. But even if it lasts, it is just a, it's a drag actually. It's a drag. You give a happiness lies where? When you say, well, what you like is liked by me. What you like, I like. What you dislike, I dislike. Where is conflict? Where is conflict? Swamiji, this is all talk. This is all talk, it is not. I'm telling you, if it continues for some time, your likes and dislikes will be fulfilled automatically. That's how marriage is not basically is for enjoying each other's body, etc. No. You have to discover a joy which is there in this relationship. I am telling is that it is at every level. For that purpose I am giving. You may feel that, Swamiji, why you are giving this example? But at every level, the principle is same. If you are a contributor, you will be in harmony with others. Who doesn't like contribution? Please tell me. Who doesn't like contribution? Even in this setup, let us just example, don't take even in this setup, suppose the class is over. Someone comes and picks up this phone, this mobile, this microphone, keeps it there. Someone takes out this cloth, right? Who doesn't like this kind of people? It may be an organization, it may be a small temple, it may be any place. The one who contributes is welcomed. One who consumes is not welcome. Is not welcome. One has to, if one wants a happiness in one's life, one has to change one's own title from consumer to the contributor. That is called maturity. That is dharma. Yesterday I was talking about this. This requires this is a evolution, further evolution, based on your free will. And there is a joy also. There is a spontaneity. Harmony means spontaneity. Where there is a spontaneity, there is a joy. When there is a harmony, there is a joy. Initially, it looks very difficult, but then this is how it is. So, basically, this is the principle of Karma Yoga. Now, now we have to, in order to, we can understand this that I have to contribute to the cosmos. That's really not karma yoga. That's not really karma yoga. Even though you are contributing through your action, you are not karma yogi. In order to be karma yogi, you need some more knowledge of Ishvara. Yeah, some more knowledge. And knowledge of Ishvara means everything is ultimately Ishvara. We have to see this. But Swamiji, we know everything is Ishvara. I with all my, my concern, I'm telling you, one has to dwell upon this principle that everything is Ishvara again and again, again and again. When we discuss this, oh yeah, he's a material cause and he's an efficient cause and I am this, that. But once we get up, we never have that thing at all in our mind that any form is a form of Ishvara, etc. So, well, I am going to touch this topic because I am discussing Karma Yoga, etc. See, what happens is, when you see anything which is a meaningful, anything which is intelligently put together, you definitely realize that there must be a creator who is intelligent. Like you see this, a meaningful creation, naturally. If it is not meaningful, means it has this opening, also it must have this opening. Then you say, what is this? But you see the water here, and this is open for certain purpose, drinking, keeping water. So any meaningful creation, well, reveals the creator who is an intelligent being who has made it. Here also in this creation, everything is meaningful. Everything. Certain things we don't know its meaning yet, but it has a meaning. Science will discover one day. And therefore, the definition of a creation is that any intelligently put together thing which serves a certain purpose or purposes is called creation. Therefore, this shirt is a creation. A car is a creation. A pot is a creation. I went to this Detroit that car museum, Ford museum, and then I discovered there they have all models, starting from the horse cart. Horse cart was a car. It was all tailor-made in those days. It was made in garage. The horse cart was an initial till the T model or something I think they have. I don't know now. So, well, all kinds of cars are there. And I found that, from horse cart, and there were no pneumatic tires also. No pneumatic tires. Just a horse cart. Then after some time, I saw a few years later, the model came, which has they put a motor on also, but open, no encased, totally encased, etc. After some time, they thought we have to encase it also. They are encased it. Then pneumatic tires, etc. came. Still, no doors. You have to jump in, and then it starts. These are all models there in Detroit Museum. And after that, well, after several years, they put a door also. And then other things, literally the change. But anyway, what I want to convey is, somebody told me that earlier the cars were made totally in a garage, tailor-made. The Ford has created this assembly line by which, one car which is produced will be equally, the same will be like the other car, etc. He was the first person to create an assembly line. I heard so. Anyway, what my point is that you think things are put together there. And intelligently put together. And the parts itself are created intelligently. The rubber tires, etc., has not dropped from the rubber trees. Rubber trees do not drop tires. So they are made. Even parts are made intelligently. Thinking of the function and putting together also with certain purpose, etc., that also put intelligently together. That reveals it's a creation and there is a creator, Ford or anyone. Yeah. But in a human creation, definitely this kind of things will be there. More you discover that these things has a certain limitation, what has been created has a limitation, well, they gather more knowledge and then they modify the model. That's how in earlier days, there was a advertisement of a Ford. Have you driven Ford? They ask the question. And then it is written, lately. Lately. Means what? The new model which has come, you have not driven. Yeah. So my point is, ultimately human creation, also the things are put together and therefore intelligently put together, requires a conscious being different from those things because these are inert. And well, so this is called creation, and human being is called creator. And not just human being as a living being creates, other living beings also create. Like a weaver's bird. My God, Sugri. What a creation. What a creation. You have seen, right? That nest. Outside it is all straw. First thing is it will create that it will build a nest on some end branch of the tree where these reptiles etc. cannot reach because they want eggs. So they will create like that. And they will, some kind of fasteners with that, they will tie it also. And then with a straw they, intertwine everything. And so outside it is very rough. Inside they put some cotton and everything. Because my offspring should not have any problem. So it is all intelligent creation, basically. And so, same way, now this creation also is a put together because everything is serving a purpose, and therefore this creation, and there must be a creator. Now the creator is different from the creation, then there is all illogical problems. Yeah. If creator is different from the creation, well, in case of a Ford who is a creator, has to depend upon the raw material, which is other than himself, right? He has to be dependent upon. If for this creator, the God requires a material, he has to depend on material. If God has to depend on something else, where is God? Therefore, and also, if creator and the material, what is creation, material, they are different. Creator and the material from which he creates are different. They are different in space. But the very space is a part of the creation. When the creation, and the space was also not there, right? Including space, time, everything is created. Therefore, before creation, there is no separation of creator and this material. And model is all the time there in the Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad very beautifully says, right? The spider creates the entire web from himself. He is the creator and he is the material. And why to spider? We are there. We are there. We create our dream. From what? We create the whole dream world. Space, time and everything. From ourselves only. Because it doesn't resolve anywhere else. If it resolves somewhere else, means therefore it has been created from that material. But no, it has been created from your own memories, etc. So basically, well, your own dream model proves that creator and the material for the creation could be one. Or the creation, it will be one. So the efficient cause and the material cause are one alone. That has been said. And if efficient cause and material cause are one, well, whatever you see basically is nothing but Ishvara. Like whatever you see in the dream is nothing but yourself. The space, dream space is you, dream time is you, the dream person, you see yourself in the dream, the dream body is you, dream mind is you, and whatever else you experience in the dream world, everything is you. Same way here, the space, time and everything is just Ishvara alone. The whole creation is non-separate from the Ishvara. And therefore, when I say the whole cosmos is working ceaselessly for your well-being, means Ishvara is constantly working for your well-being. Therefore, you should contribute, you should offer your actions to the cosmos, means to the Ishvara. That's called Karma Yoga. When your action becomes an offering to cosmos, no Karma Yoga. When your action becomes offering to Ishvara in form of a cosmos, it is Karma Yoga. And this is called, and how should I offer? Well, divide the cosmos into five, or Ishvara, five manifestation of Ishvara, and you offer to each one. Because when you offer, definitely you don't offer to inert thing. You offer to something, to a conscious being. And therefore, well, you have to see the manifestation of Ishvara in five forms in the creation. And you each offer your actions to them. And that is how we have a word called yajna. Yajna means offering. Yajna means an offering. Offering your own. Offering anything through your karma. So your action becomes offering. First is a Pitru Yajna. Because their parents, it is a manifestation of Ishvara, well, definitely. Well, you are indebted to them. They have given this body. We are all studying this and enjoying, etc. Hopefully. Then definitely, well, so we are indebted to them. They have given this body, etc. Childhood also, etc. They have given a lot of nourishment. So first, I am going very fast because I have to discuss something else also. And then the second is, how will you do Pitru Yajna, or means to your, not only to the father or your parents, but to your own family members. Giving quality time to your family members is a Pitru Yajna. And that is not generally people who do. Yeah. That's how the complaint is. Generally people who are in the home, they complain that you don't give time to us. You all the time remain outside. So Pitru Yajna is this, spending quality time with the family members, parents, etc. Doing certain actions for the ancestors, because ultimately they are also responsible. Parents have got the body from their parents, etc. So definitely. So a first action is in form of Pitru Yajna. The second will be offering will be in the form of to Ishvara, in the form of rishis. My God, we have so much of knowledge. What a knowledge we have from scientists and from rishis and from any other, from philosophers, from literature. So many people have given so much of knowledge. Library, if you go to libraries, you feel what an amount of knowledge we have. And they all have acquired knowledge with lots and lots of difficulties. Some of them have lost their lives also. Some of the scientists I heard, even, some new medicine, they discover, sometimes they do the experiment on themselves and lost lives. There are instances. We have acquired so much of knowledge, we have inherited a lot of knowledge because of them. So we are indebted to all these called rishis, scientists, and overseers in the spiritual field, because of which I am able to discuss with you, right? Nothing is of my own. Anyway, therefore, Rishi Yajna, it's also called Brahma Yajna. Therefore, and how will we contribute in that? Well, at least contribute in a fashion where all these things are happening. Well, you also try to acquire the knowledge, or such institutions are there, you support them. That's the way. So Vedic Pathshalas are there, well, you can support them, etc. Then the third is a Dhru Yajna, Manushya Yajna. All human beings are there. Ultimately, I was talking about while, you take a cup of tea, how many people are involved, farmers and all are involved. So a human being definitely is also working ceaselessly in this creation for the well-being of the entire humanity. And therefore, you help another human being. How will I help Swamiji? At least listen to the person. Sometimes a person doesn't need anything from you. You simply listen. And that's how most of the people like these Swamis, because they keep on listening. If you listen quietly, that's it. What a psychiatrist do is, the people are, and normal people also, they want to talk. They have a lot to talk. I'm telling you. So much pressure is there. And nobody is ready to listen to them. Everyone wants a listener. Yeah. If you want to maintain a good relation with somebody, be a good listener. Yeah, good listener. If you have that capacity, you will have a good time, gala time. But if you also, you have to say something, no, first you listen me, that's it, gone. You listen me first, then you talk. That day will never come. Yeah. So Nruyagnya means a compassionate attitude. Person should not feel judged in your presence. I'm telling you. If a person feels that you are judging him, he will become conscious. He will remain away from you. You should be non-judgmental. This is all a basis of a love to the person. Non-judgmental, understanding, accepting the person with his limitations, her limitations, etc. Then you find that there is a love in the relationship. Yeah. Anyway, so this is Nruyagnya. The fourth is Bhutayagnya. Bhutayagnya is other than the human being, well, all are contributing. There are, all these scavengers, etc. They are really cleaning. Some animal is dead, within no time you find whole flesh and everything goes away. Just skeleton remains. And there are infinite number of bacteria, etc. They are helping. So Bhutayagnya. And in our culture, this all is there. In our contribution to the other living beings in terms of giving our wheat flour or something, we put in that ant hole, near ant hole or something. Yeah. And you give the feed to the birds, etc. All to the crows and other. So it's Bhutayagnya. It's also called ecological balance. At least you don't eat them. That's itself is a great service. You don't eat other living beings. Anything crawls, you eat. Keep away. Being vegetarian itself is a Bhutayagnya. Yeah. Let them live. You want to live, let them live. No. So, etc. And the fifth one is a Devayagnya. Devayagnya is, you worship the elements. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jal. We say Devatas. Devayagnya is Devatas. At least not spoil them. Yeah, and worship them. So these are, if you do this Panchamayagnya, this is all your contribution to the creation. And your life is life of a spontaneity, really. Life of a spontaneity. No conflict in the mind. No conflict whatsoever. And then definitely this is called a Karma Yoga. Now one more topic I have to discuss today is Upasana. I have to talk something regarding meditations. And more than meditation also, Upasana is a general discipline. A very, very simple topic, but very helpful to us. Upasana means disciplining oneself, integrating oneself. And this discipline involves two things: the purpose of discipline and principle of discipline. What is the purpose of disciplining oneself? Well, what is the purpose of disciplining water in the river? What is the purpose of disciplining the water in the river? Well, Swamiji, because the water is wasted away, right, to the ocean. So we discipline it. We want to conserve this water by putting a dam. Putting a dam is like a discipline. And then using for a constructive purpose, agriculture, etc., for generation, power generation. Same way here also, a discipline is required because a human being is a powerhouse. And when there is a power, there will be a wastage of the power. And therefore one has to conserve one's power and utilize it for spiritual goals, constructive purpose. And How will you say, Swamiji, human being is a powerhouse? Well, you have three powers. Power to desire, great power. Whole progress is due to that. Even Swami has come here with this, right? A desire to talk here. Everywhere. The desire is the greatest thing. People feel that this kind of people come here and talk about desire is useless. No. Desire is the only thing in this creation because of which a human being has in an exalted position. So power to desire. Power to, and Bhagavad himself said that it is my vibhuti. Then how we can condemn? Right? In the 10th chapter, Bhagavad very beautifully said, Dharma aviruddhaha kamaha ahamasmi. Bhagavad said, I am kamaha. Bhagavad said, Dharma aviruddhaha. That is there. Which is not against dharma, which is not against me, which is not against the order, moral order. That is me. Anyway, so disciplining is required because one is a powerhouse. Power to desire, power to know, we can know many things, and power to act. These three powers are there, and human being generally wastes this power. Therefore, purpose of disciplining is to conserve the powers. What is the principle of discipline? Principle of discipline is a quality and quantity control of the powers. At every level. There are 4 layers here of personality. And at every level there should be discipline. At every level there should be a quality and quantity control. And there are 4 layers. First is a physical body, physical personality. A discipline is required at the physical level, discipline at a verbal level, discipline at the mental level, discipline at the sensory level, and discipline at the mental level. The first is basically discipline at the physical level, where you pay attention to your physical body and physical health. Yeah. Why? Because to achieve any goal, health is required. Health is required, including moksha. Health is required, physical health. And therefore, one has to pay attention to the physical health. And that's why people say, well, Swamiji, that's not true. Even if I have a ill health, I can acquire a lot of money and this and that and everything, fine. Therefore, what you say, I don't agree. Somebody told me also. I am, Swamiji, having a ill health, a high diabetes since the age of 30. But I am a billionaire. Very good. Therefore, I can acquire. Yeah. But what you have acquired, if you want to enjoy, you need a health. There you cannot compromise. With a ill health, you cannot enjoy anything. If you have an ill health, what you have acquired, others will enjoy. You will not be able to enjoy. And therefore, this is what is happening. People, actually what happens is people don't have any discipline of their physical body, what food is required, food habits, etc. They don't pay any attention because of, the business, etc. or whatever. And in the process, they lose the health. And now they want to regain the health sometime. They don't. It becomes irreversible. Therefore, one has to have a discipline for a physical body. Physical body health is totally dependent upon your food habits and other things. But Swamiji, where is the concern with the Bhagavad Gita? It is right there in the 6th chapter. It is right there. Natyashnatastu yogosti na chaikanta manashnata. Bhagavan said, well, before I say about that, let me complete a few more lines. So, health is required. And the physical health has been given an importance even in the Upanishad. That is how our Shanti mantras talk about physical health. Bhadram karnevi shruniyama devaha, bhadram pashyema akshavihi yajitraha, apyayantu mamangani, vak pranas chakshush shrotramato balamindriyani cha sarvani. Everywhere the health, prayer for the health is there. Upanishad itself gives so much importance. How will we maintain physical health, Swami? What should be done? First thing is food habits. Discipline at the food, in the food. Yeah. Bhagavad said in 6th chapter, don't eat too much and don't starve too much. Lots of fasting, no. Lots of eating, no. Moderation. Moderation. Don't work too much. Don't sleep too much. Yeah. That is also there. People, at the cost of sleep, people keep working and working and working, and then they lose the health. Therefore, Bhagavad gave this thing, what to do at the for the physical discipline, etc. And more than me, what should be the food habits, etc. Many people advise me, Swamiji, don't eat this. That's fine, because they know so much of information now we have. So regarding how to maintain physical body, physical health, etc., you know much more than me, yoga, etc., exercises, all these things you know. So I have not to say. Second is a verbal discipline. Discipline at the level of speech. 3 things should be done. If you want a little discipline at your at a verbal level, at a speech level, 3 things you should do. First thing is, don't argue. We feel by arguing, we win. Actually, it is not so. The person is waiting. The other person who was so-called defeated is waiting. He will come. But sometimes, where have you seen? Every family, even husband, wife also, sometimes. The poor wife, sometimes she doesn't speak because, he is very angry, etc. She keeps quiet, but afterwards she will give reply. After some time, she gives reply. Befitting reply she gives. Yeah. So don't argue. Arguing, you will increase your blood pressure, you will lose your health also. You will lose relationship also. Yeah, sometime. Second, don't gossip. Yeah, that's another thing. Gossiping. Somehow we get a joy by finding faults with others and talking about in between. That gossip is a waste actually. It's waste. It's not good. Third thing is don't talk something which is not useful to the listener and to the speaker. And that is the talk pertaining to past. Anywhere you go, they start with 1931. In our time, when in 1930, I have heard this story 9 times. Because the old people do not have a future. So they talk about past. And they talk about their past to the young ones. And they have a future. They don't have a past. So they are not interested. Yeah. They are not interested. That's how they run away. If grandpa or grandma is sitting here, they will go away from somewhere else. They don't want to. Otherwise they will call, Beta, come. What are you doing? What did you eat? And then they start. In our days, over. Talking about present, taking into experience of the past and the possibilities of the future is a wise thing. Talking about past all the time is a waste. Listener is not interested and there is no advantage to the talker also, frankly speaking. So this is a verbal discipline. This is called a quantity control. Quantity control. The quality control is whatever you speak. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, asatyam api apriyam na bruyat. Manusmriti said very beautifully. Satyam bruyat, quality control. Speak something which is truthful, which is beneficial to others, which is pleasing. Yeah, use the words which are pleasing. Sometimes a person doesn't have any bad thing in the heart, but the language the person used and that the accent, etc., the person used will hurt the others. Should not. So it's a quality control. So verbal discipline basically involves these 2 things, quality and quantity control in this way. Then the third is a sensory discipline. Our senses, they are open gates to the world. So world basically enters into that. And when you open the borders, there will be infiltrators. And when they come inside, then they will create problem. Yeah. Other good people also come. Yeah. But all illegally also people come. Same thing is happening here. You have to keep open your senses because you have to transact with the world. And some of the gates will remain open. You cannot close it. People, you may put here plugs, but generally, or nose, nothing, you cannot do anything. Eyes you can close, but how long? You have to keep open. So you have to keep it open and still you have to have a discipline. Immigration requires immigration. Well, who are legal, come in. Who are illegal, don't come in. That's called sensory discipline. Don't allow each and everything to come in. At least you know what creates a turbulence in your mind when they enter. You know very well. Everyone has their own this one. I cannot tell about that. And even the so-called good things they enter, well, don't have exposure of that good things again and again. It will form a habit. They will not live. Once it forms, once you become a habit, means you are dependent on that. Then they will make you slave. Therefore, a limited exposure, even of a good things, and no exposure to a certain things which creates a turbulence in your mind is called sensory discipline. How will I do that, Swami? Leading an alert life. Even in a verbal discipline also, leading an alert life. When you speak, be alert what you are speaking. But Swamiji, that is the problem. How will be I alert to my alertness? There is no way out. You may fail sometime, but then you will be able to do in course of time. Human mind can adapt anything in the world, I'm telling you. Human mind can adapt anything. Suppose I have a particular type of a lifestyle now, and which one, due to some factor, I am placed in a situation which is where I cannot even sustain myself. I tell you, you will be able to sustain. It's amazing mind. Anyway, so this is a sensory discipline. The fourth most important discipline is a mental discipline. There are four things of the mind which needs to be disciplined. And the solution is only one: meditation. First is a mind remains agitated somehow. So you need a relaxation. So the solution is a relaxation meditation. I will tell you what is that. Second aspect of the mind which is to be disciplined is I don't have a focusing capacity. My mind wanders. Well, the solution is a concentration meditation, which definitely has the meditation which develops the faculty of you to focus, to concentrate. The third one is a expansion, because our mind basically has a tendency not to accommodate more than few things. No place. Sometimes we make clear to others also. Yeah. That I accommodate you so up to this. I can't accommodate further. So you should have you should have a accommodating capacity. The fourth one is a certain negativity of the mind. Negative tendencies. Because of that, mind remains sick. And for that, there is a value meditation. So 4 types of meditations are there in order to discipline the 4 aspects of the mind. The first one, as I said, is a agitation is there, you need a relaxation, because one can learn anything with a relaxed mind. One can absorb maximum with a relaxed mind. And therefore relaxation, anywhere, you are working in any field, you need to have a relaxed mind. So in a relaxation meditation, you basically focus, you don't do anything else because you are relaxing. So you don't make your mind too active, no. But yes, in order to relax your mind, you visualize the things which are relaxed by nature. And what is that? Nature itself. Nature is highly relaxed. Everything is relaxed in the nature. I think day before yesterday I was just mentioning about that. Yeah, everything, even whole nature is very dynamic, but it is very relaxed. You can see from the movement, dynamism is there, movement is there, but in the movement itself you can see that it is relaxed. The sunrise you see, the very birth of the offspring from the mother, very opening of the bird into flower, you see, right? It is constantly working. Or the movement of our birds in the sky in the morning, a breeze, so many things are there. Even at the movement of the clouds, you have to visualize clearly. First thing, let me tell you, in order for any meditation to be successful, your visualization should be as real as possible in the mind, as if you are seeing with the eyes. Like that you should see. But sometimes I am not able to see. Then you see with the eyes first for some time and then close the eyes. Then you will be able to see immediately exactly like that. Your visualization should be very, very, very clear, like you are seeing with the eyes. Yeah. So you visualize this relaxed nature, basically. Many things are there. Even the movement of the camel, movement of a buffalo. Not here, but in India. It stands on the road and you give horn, etc. It will slowly move, going away. So basically, visualizing the relaxed nature, you tell to yourself, I am part of this nature. When every component is so relaxed, for what I am doing stress? Let me enjoy this very moment, a moment of relaxation. You have to tell to yourself. It's very effective. Yeah. So do this meditation for 15 minutes in a day. That's it. Not more than that. Somebody, but I am enjoying it. Let me continue. No. If you do one day for 1 hour, I am telling you after 3-4 days, you will stop. Yeah. People say, Swami, please give some mantra. We want to do this Gayatri mantra itself. It's too long, don't do this. No, I want to give the Diksha of this Gayatri. But do it 51 times, don't do. Humble beginning should be there. No, I will do 1008 times. I have time. It takes 3 hours, more than 3 hours, 1008 times. That day he said, next day also, with a lot of enthusiasm. Little less enthusiasm, but still he said, after 5 days, not even one time. Not one time, I'm telling you. He will tell to himself, I will do it, but right now I have to go to office, right? I don't have 3 hours. That day never comes. Do humble beginning. No meditation should be more than 15 to 20 minutes. If you are relaxed, just get up. Start your activity with the relaxed mode. Yeah. You should do every activity with the relaxation. That is where the joy is. So this is one aspect of the mind has been taken care of, making free from the agitation, etc. The second is a focusing capacity. That's a very common question we have. And Arjuna also had. Chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramati balavad dridam in the 6th chapter. So, this focusing capacity we don't have. For that, you should give a deliberate activity to the mind. Because focusing capacity you don't have means your mind is thinking without any deliberation, without your will, without your consent. That's called moving around. So give mind activity, deliberate activity. Deliberate activity means it is based on your will. Therefore, there is always a mind is with you. What is that deliberate activity? Well, very beautiful. Acharya has given all Manas Puja also. Manas Puja. All Manas Pujas are like this. Whatever puja you are doing, that puja you do it just mentally. Doing Abhisheka mentally. Doing Archana mentally. But Swamiji, it will be too long. But who is telling you to do all? Take 4 or 5 steps of that entire Shodashopachara. 4 or 5 steps. Just visualize the altar, your altar to whom you are worshipping, you visualize and offer flowers mentally. And because even though mind is constantly working, I mean, they have a thoughts, but the object is one alone, that's Ishvara. That gives a concentration. Then there is another thing, mental recitation. Suppose you are reciting certain Vishnu Sahasranama, etc. Now you recite mentally, but Swamiji, I don't remember. Few verses. If you are chanting any stotra for some time, at least few verses you will remember. Just chant mentally. Mental recitation also helps you in concentration. And the third is mental repetition. There is a difference between recitation and repetition. In recitation, many verses are there. In repetition, one mantra is there which is repeated. Right? So, like Om Namah Shivaya or any, just repeat. But Swamiji, in that my mind goes away. That's correct. Between 2 chants it goes. When you chant mentally, mind is there. Om Namah Shivaya, when you chant, mind is there. Between 2 chants, there is a gap. Mind walks off immediately. You have to be conscious of the gap. If you are conscious of the gap, mind will not go. Which gap? Between 2 chants. Yeah. That's very beautiful talk by Puja Swamiji. 2 talks on japa, etc. It's wonderful. And which is very elaborately, Swamiji has explained this, how one gains a concentration through japa. Mental japa. So concentration meditation. Third is, I'm about to finish, don't worry. So third is a expansion meditation. Expansion meditation basically is, in which you change the perspective of the thing, perspective of the situations. In your life, there are several situations. And all those situations you face as an individual. So when you face a situation as an individual, well, that situation will be very big. You are a small being. I will give you examples so you will understand. First thing, I will give you an example. Suppose, like you want to climb a mountain. And before you climb, even at the bottom, you see a very big tree, right? A huge tree. You are standing in front of the tree and you see the tree is too big. But as you start climbing, tree becomes smaller. Tree does not become smaller. The perspective of the tree now changes, right? Because you reach on the height. Same way as an ego. Now I will give you one example which you may like or may not like. Like you as an individual, someone has died in your family, suppose. Let me talk about me, okay? So someone has died in my family, suppose. Then definitely that thing is very big for me. But suppose your mind has developed a expansion that this is a phenomena which is occurring at the cosmic level where everything is entering into the mouth of death. Visualizing the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupam, Virat Rupa, where Bhagavan showed the whole creation is entering into that. So the phenomena of death and birth, etc. is a continuous phenomenon. If you visualize like this, then definitely, even though you will have a pain of the person who is dead, but that pain slowly get reduced. So visualizing a certain principles which are working at the cosmic level. What is happening in your life is nothing but a principle at the cosmic level. If you are able to visualize in expansion meditation, then that phenomena which has occurred in your life will lose a gravity slowly. That's called expansion meditation. It's basically, this expansion meditation has been given in our Shastra as a Virat Upasana, Hiranyagarbha Upasana, or even in the 11th chapter, Bhagavad has described this Vishwarupa in order for meditation only. Yeah. And the last one of this today class is this value meditation. Value meditation, where you basically, because you have a certain negative tendencies which bothers, like a jealousy arises, or like some kind of a mental violence, etc. We do. Jealousy is there, or anger is there, like all this. They basically hurt us, to us first, and then hurt others. So what you do is, you visualize all values, one by one, and the importance of each value. Value of accommodation, value of non-violence. You have to first have a little background, so you should read it. All these are there, we have. So all these values, basically, the importance of the values you should know, and then mentally, in the meditation, value meditation, you pick up a value and importance in your life. Just see that. Then, immediately you visualize this negative tendency, and how does it harm to you? That also you have to visualize. After doing that, tell to yourself in the meditation itself that all these values which I have visualized, they are there in me. Swami, but it is not there. I'm telling you. You say that these values I am already having it. And when you repeatedly do this in everyday value meditation, your mind will slowly develop these values, good values. Like they say, one scientist told, an ant crawls on a rock. An ant which is very light, that rock is too hard, right? But he says, an ant crawls every day on the rock, it erodes the rock. Yeah, it erodes the rock. It takes time. So this is how it is. So even though these values, etc., are not there in you, but if you visualize it daily, well, you will find that your mind is slowly now absorbing. You're sustaining with that, mind is sustained with those values. And then definitely you get rid of the negative tendencies, etc. So this is a fourth. So the mental discipline involves, there are four things. One is agitation of the mind, focusing capacity, etc. And it is not there. Third is the narrowness of the mind. And the fourth is this negativity, etc. All these are taken care of by 4 meditations. Relaxation meditation, then concentration meditation, expansion meditation, and lastly our value meditation. So this is also a part of Bhagavad Gita, and so this is, we'll live here, and so today we discussed a preparatory thing for this knowledge. This Karma Yoga and this Upasana, etc. are there. Well, definitely with this, your mind will be disciplined. Then Kathopanishad very beautifully said, the person who has this kind of a mind, with this kind of a discipline, is ready for the journey. And you must be knowing also, where the whole life is called a journey. Physical body is a chariot, and our senses are the horses, and the reins is nothing but our mind is a rein, and the driver is our intellect, and I am a Swami sitting in the chariot, right? And that this kind of a chariot definitely goes faster on the journey of moksha. This is how it is. And so tomorrow we'll talk about how, Swamiji, I am free from insecurity and I am of the nature of happiness or fullness, etc. Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Systematically, I will show you that the self is basically most secure And self alone is the nature of Ananda. There is no Ananda anywhere else, no happiness anywhere else. I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay? Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. I hope there are no questions, right? Okay? Or there are questions? Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead.
Not questions, like I compiled certain things I want to mention today, which I heard, of course I came late, I'm sorry for that. Like when I was young, I heard about like look before you leave. Look before you leave. But after that I added two more. Look before you leave. Think twice before you speak. And review thrice before you react.
Very good. Very nice.
Just last month I came up with this idea.
Wonderful. Thanks. Anybody has question?
Swamiji, the third yagna is also called Manushya yagna?
Nru Yajna, yeah. So first is, I said Pitru Yajna.
Nuru?
Nru means a human being. Word, there are two words. One word is a Nru, also a human being. Naraha also means a human being. So Nru Yajna, Nara Yajna, or Manushya Yajna you can write.
Swamiji, can you please repeat the explanation for when you mentioned the creator and creation being of the same substance?
I mean creator and creation, one alone. They are not non-separate.
Because in the fourth example, it made us...
And that is a human being. Human being, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. So, well, when you see any creation, definitely you find it which is put together, which is all inert. They cannot put together themselves. Any inert thing cannot put together. Like even a part of the car is not created by itself. It turns into, like a rubber is there, it turns into a rubber tire on its own. No. Intervention of the human being is required. A conscious being is required which has a knowledge to make rubber tire from the rubber, knowing the purpose, that what purpose it will have in that assembly, right? So basically all parts, everything is created. They are all inert, created by intelligent conscious being, a human being here. Therefore, well, this also is put together, meaningful, purpose. Therefore, there is a creator. Okay. Now, what is the relationship? Like human being, well, the material is different and the creator is different, or the creator and creation are one alone. Well, here in this case, well, it is illogical to think that they are different. If creator is different, then from where the creator has got the material for this? No, so he got it from some place. Means the place was already there. Then the place was already there. That means creation is already there. Could you follow now? And if creator and creation are different, material is different, then they are different in space. Means space is already there before creation. Well, Shastra says even space is created. How can you say space is created? Well, you create space. You create space. You create space, time, and all objects together in a dream. The space doesn't come inside. You create dream space. Right? Dream space is a dream space, and this space is this space, I'm telling you. Because in dream space, you see the Kedarnath temple also, which is inside. How Kedarnath temple can be inside? Dream time is different. Outside it is night 3 o'clock. Inside you are seeing Kedarnath temple and having a darshanam at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Dream. So you are creating everything. Well, in that case, if space-time is a part of creation, well then the creation and the material and the creator cannot be different. Right? If they are different, it will be in space. No. Therefore, well, this is how we have to think. And that is how we say, from the creator aspect, we call it as he. From the material aspect, the same God, we call it as a she. So we worship both. worship both. In Navaratri, etc., we worship Ishvara as a Ishvari. And Shivratri, well, etc., Janmashtami, any other. We worship as a he. So our God is always married. He, she are non-separate. That's how in a Shiva you find a half part is Shakti. In our Dakshinamurti temple also, well, you can see the half is Purusha, half is a female, male-female. From the Kundala you can see. And the Purusha has a Kundalam which is bigger. And that female, well, that ear has a Kundalam which is smaller. It is there in our temple, in our ashram. So this is how it is. Our gods are married. All gods are married. Shiva Shakti are non-separate from each other. And this is the only thing which is not illogical. Yeah, everything else regarding God is illogical. And what is illogical? What is illogical? Well, cannot be accepted. What is beyond logic? Well, you can accept provisionally. Yeah. What is beyond logic can be accepted provisionally. You can believe it. But what is illogical, against experience, against logic, against reasoning, you cannot even believe it. You cannot believe it. Yeah. Ishvara is not to be believed. Ishvara is to be understood. The knowledge of Ishvara leads to moksha. That's it. Ishvara is not to be believed. Ishvara is to be understood. The thorough understanding of Ishvara is where you and Ishvara are one alone. Moksha. That is Sanatana Dharma. Everywhere Ishvara is to be believed. Yeah. We don't say we are just to be believed. What is Ishvara? Then where is the question of believing? What is Ishvara? Then where is the question of believing? If it is somewhere else, not here, somewhere else, he creates everything and throws here and everything in the creation. No. Then that kind of belief, which is illogical. I have not discussed, frankly speaking, because there are many questions. If God created this world, why did he create Bin Laden? There are several issues which I did not discuss because I did not have time. But this is the only thing which is not illogical is maker and material are one alone. And we have ample of models, starting from our spider and our own dream. We ourselves are. Therefore, if you have an example, then you can say, well, that is possible, yes. Yes.
So, mentioned in the relaxation meditation to meditate on nature because nature is relaxing.
Yeah.
But then how do we explain all these storms, tornadoes, earthquakes? It's not
We should not.
balance, right?
Our objective is basically to get relaxed, right? So then you take those aspects where nature is relaxed. Yeah.
But how do we explain that imbalance and all of this lack of relaxation in nature when these things happen?
No, you should visualize, those elements which are relaxed in general. Most of the things, even a storm, etc., comes, that's true. That's a part of it. But that's not a regular phenomena and all the time phenomena. General phenomena is the relaxation. That way. Those things occur, definitely. Those incidents occur. But they come and go. So, in general sense, like a daily sunrise, you see. You can see how nicely it comes out. Right? Or even opening of the bird into flower. You can see in any rose or anything. Slowly everything opens. Constantly working, there is a dynamism there. It's not that suddenly in a moment it opens. Constantly it is working. But a very beautiful process. And when you visualize these things, your mind automatically becomes relaxed. Yes.
Only said Shiv and Parvati.
Ah.
I got it. I heard it. I understand it. I believe in you. Where do you put Purushottam Krishna in this creation?
Can we discuss after when this session is over? I will talk to you. You can just say it. हाँ? નથી કેવું પૂછી લો અમને પૂછી લો